For more than 10 years, a killer lived in plain sight. He worked ordinary jobs. He lived in small apartments. He walked the same streets as everyone else. Neighbors smelled something strange. Police were called more than once. Warning signs were everywhere, yet no one stopped him. This is the story of Jeffrey Dahmer, and how one of the most dangerous killers in history went unnoticed for years. Jeffrey Dahmer was born in 1960 in the United States. As a child, he was quiet and withdrawn. He had trouble making friends. He felt different from others. At school, he was often alone. Teachers noticed he seemed distant. Classmates said he barely spoke. At home, his parents argued often. The house felt unstable. By his teenage years, Dahmer began showing disturbing behavior, but no one truly understood what it meant. As a teenager, Dahmer became obsessed with death. He collected animal bones. He dissected dead animals. He drank heavily even at a young age. These were clear warning signs, but at the time, people dismissed them as teenage rebellion, loneliness, or strange hobbies. No one imagined what he would become. In 1978, shortly after graduating high school, Dahmer committed his first murder. The victim was a young man he had met while driving. Dahmer killed him and hid the body. This moment was critical. If he had been caught then, many lives could have been saved. But he wasn't, and instead of stopping, the violence inside him grew stronger. For years, Dahmer lived a double life. By day, he was quiet, polite, unremarkable. By night, he hunted for victims, mostly young men, often people society ignored. He moved from place to place, Ohio, Florida, and later Milwaukee. Each move gave him a fresh start, and once again, no one suspected him. Police encountered Jeffrey Dahmer multiple times. Neighbors complained about strange smells, loud noises, suspicious behavior. In one of the most shocking moments, police returned a bleeding teenage boy directly back to Dahmer's apartment. They believed Dahmer's story. They ignored the victim's fear. That decision cost lives. This was not just one failure, it was a system failure. So how did Dahmer stay hidden? There are several reasons. He looked ordinary. He avoided attention. His victims were marginalized. Authorities underestimated the danger. People often imagine killers as monsters. But Dahmer looked like anyone else, and that made him invisible. In 1991, everything changed. One victim managed to escape. Police followed him back to Dahmer's apartment. What they found inside shocked the world. Evidence everywhere. Photos, remains, proof of years of violence. Dahmer was finally arrested. The nightmare was over. Jeffrey Dahmer confessed. He admitted to killing 17 people. In court, he showed little emotion. He explained his actions calmly, as if describing everyday life. Psychologists later said he knew right from wrong. He just didn't care. He was sentenced to life in prison. In 1994, Dahmer was killed in prison by another inmate. For some, it felt like justice. For others, it felt incomplete. Many questions remained unanswered, and many families never found peace. The most frightening part of this story is not Dahmer himself. It's how long he went unnoticed. The warning signs were there. The complaints were real. The chances to stop him existed, but they were ignored. This case changed how the world looks at policing, mental health, and society's blind spots. Jeffrey Dahmer was not a mystery genius. He wasn't hiding in the shadows. He was standing right in front of everyone. This case reminds us that evil doesn't always look scary. Sometimes it looks normal. Sometimes it looks quiet. And sometimes it's ignored for far too long. Do you think Jeffrey Dahmer could have been stopped earlier? Or was the system doomed to fail? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you want more true crime documentaries like this, subscribe to the channel, because the next story may be even more disturbing.